Hi guys, and welcome to the second season of Thunderstorms called Downpour. If you have not listened to the first season of Thunderstorms, I highly suggest you go listen to that now, as the rest of the story will probably not make sense, but that is completely up to you. As always, this series is written by Stacey Holt. If you'd like to support this series, please like, subscribe, and comment. Artwork was provided and approved by Sisaat on Tumblr. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Please let me know if I did that wrong. I'm not sure. I will leave their link below in the description box. Please go check them out. Their artwork is absolutely amazing. I love their artwork so much. But anyways, this is a collaborative series. The voices in the series are not only myself, but my friends as well. Shane will be voicing Cat Noir and Adrian. I will be voicing Marinette, Miss Bustier, Felix's mother Amalie, Sabine, and the narrator. Maddie is going to be voicing Tikki and Rose. Nick will be voicing Felix, as well as a reporter. Ashton will be voicing Plagg, Kagami, Nathalie, Alia, and Luka. Keaton will be voicing Luka. Freeze will be voicing Marc and Wayz. Suprey is going to be voicing a reporter, a beach jock, and an officer. Scott is going to be voicing Kim. Brad will be voicing Tom. Mylene will be voiced by Stormy333. Lila will be voiced by TheJuicyStuff. Calvin will be voicing Nino and Hawkmoth. Nathaniel will be voiced by Dylan. Iris will be voicing Sabrina. Chloe and Adrian's mother Emelie will be voiced by Anna. Master Fu and Ivan will be voiced by Christian. You can find links to their social media and their YouTube channels and all the other links as well in the description box below. Now, Chapter 4, Unexpected. Miraculous Ladybug! She yelled, letting the thousands of ladybugs swarm the open air of Paris, creating a nice gust of wind as they passed. Cat Noir walked over to Ladybug and stuck his arm out, while Ladybug smiled and did the same, knowing what he was doing, as it was tradition. Pound it, they both said. See you at 3, she said, getting her yo-yo out and getting ready to zip away.
LB? It's almost 3 now. Why not just go together?
He asked. What did that look suspicious? You were at school. She rolled her eyes.
I could say that I ran home during the Akuma fight.
He smiled. She opened her yo-yo and looked at the time, and he was right. By the time he would get to the school, he would have to turn around and have to leave. She sighed and nodded to his suggestion.
After you, m'lady,
he said, smiling. She rolled her eyes and smiled, zipping toward his house. He laughed and bolted himself toward his house with his staff and found themselves at his home in a mere few seconds. They de-transformed near his home in an alley and walked to the gate. Nathalie opened the gate and he walked her inside, butterflies growing as she grew closer. Adrian opened the front door and looked over at Marinette. Her posture was very stiff and her eyes looking at her feet. He smiled and took her hand into his and led her into his bedroom.
Just sit here. He never comes into my bedroom, so just make yourself at home. I didn't exactly have lunch earlier.
He rubbed the back of his neck, leading her to his couch that sat near the piano. What happened? Marinette asked, confused.
Well, the conversation that happened at the restaurant is what caused the outburst today at school.
He frowned. I kinda assumed, but go on, she said, crossing her arms as if she were right.
She wouldn't listen to me at all. She wanted me to dump you and date her. I couldn't even get to the part where I wanted her opinion about talking to my father.
Adrian sighed. Marinette smiled and leaned over and kissed his cheek, causing him to look at her confused. It's all right, Adrian. Go get something to eat. She laughed, hearing his stomach growl. He blushed and walked over to his bedroom door.
While I go get something, would you like something to drink or something to eat until dinner tonight?
He smiled. Oh, a drink? Surprise me? She smiled. He smiled and nodded, disappearing behind his door, letting her get comfortable. Tikki flew out and looked around, not realizing that Plagg stayed behind as well. Marinette walked around the room and glanced at his knickknacks. His room was a lot tidier than she would have thought Cat Noir's room would be. Marinette scanned the room and smiled. She'd remembered the times she'd been there as Ladybug, the many times they had ran circles around each other and laughed to herself. She walked over to the piano, looking down at the white and black keys. She ran her fingers along the piano and smiled, gently playing a note or two.
Careful, if his father hears a sour note, he'll come in here.
Plagg laughed, making Marinette jump. Oh, it's just you. Marinette sighed.
Plagg, why aren't you with Adrian?
Tikki asked.
He said I could come in here with you. What? It's not like he's that far away.
Plagg rolled his eyes. Tikki sighed.
Aw, come on, Sugar Cube. You know you love seeing me.
Plagg smiled, while seeing Tikki roll her eyes. Marinette giggled, seeing how different they were. Marinette made her way to the window, overlooking Paris. It was a beautiful view after all. She heard footsteps coming up, and the door opened. Adrian, this view is amazing. She smiled.
What are you doing in my son's room?
She heard a harsh man's voice behind her, and she turned around. Her face went white, and her veins ran cold. It was Gabriel Agreste, standing right in front of her, and he did not seem happy. Thank you so much for watching. The next chapter will be out soon. If you haven't already, you can go check out my other series, such as The Butterfly That Brought Us Together, A Monstrous Night, or Melting. If you haven't noticed, my voice is still pretty scratchy from where I was sick. Anyways, I really highly encourage you guys to go check out my friends' links below, as well as Sisaat or Sisaat on Tumblr, for allowing me to use their artwork, because their Tumblr artwork was just super awesome, and I really appreciate them letting me use their artwork. So just go give them all your love. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.